Welcome back to a brand new episode of Royally Rumbled's 2008 Universe Mode. We are your hosts. My name is Jordan.
My name is Robert, and we are here in the aftermath of Armageddon.
That's right. Just 24 hours removed, and we have a new WWE champion, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. We'll hear from him later on in the show, but lots of stuff happened on Raw.
Plenty to get to on Monday Night Raw. The main event, though, I have made Umaga put the Intercontinental Championship on the line, and he is facing not one, not two, but three competitors in a fatal four-way match. CM Punk, Evan Bourne, and Mr. Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston.
The main event on SmackDown, however, we'll see John Cena taking on a mystery opponent. I have a superstar who has requested a match specifically with John Cena.
I like it.
And we'll get to that later. But why not let's run through what happened on your episode of Raw.
Yeah, let's take it to Sunrise, Florida. Just one night removed from a wild Armageddon pay-per-view, the reigning, defending World's Heavyweight Champion Triple H makes his way to the ring to discuss his victory and what lies ahead.
24 hours ago, I was standing over Kane as the last man standing. I put the big red machine down after a pedigree from the top rope, and along with retaining my World Heavyweight Championship, I sent Regal and his cronies to the back of the line. Yet again. Game over, checkmate. You lose. It's a new year, and it appears as though I need a new challenger. So, my next question goes out to anyone in the back who I haven't beaten yet. Who's ready to play the game?
A new challenger, Hunter? Someone you haven't beaten yet? If memory serves me correctly, in the past year you haven't been able to beat me. It's funny, you've only ever been concerned with possessing that World Heavyweight Championship. You failed to even notice what it cost you. Oh, don't look so confused. You and I both know what you've done. It's a classic Triple H pattern. You use people until they no longer serve you. You did it to me. You did it to Batista. You even did it to a guy like Flair. How's Rick feeling, by the way?
Don't even pretend like you suddenly care about Rick.
You rally behind a Hall of Famer to get yourself inserted into the title picture, and once you have that title, nothing else matters. Flair gets beat within an inch of his life, and you get to just keep on riding the high. No remorse, no guilt. But like I said before, that's a character trait of yours. You've never cared about anyone you've aligned yourself with.
Oh, and I suppose you just came out here to tell me how trustworthy you are, Randy.
My legacy speaks for itself. My group was successful in retaining the World Tag Team Championships at Armageddon.
Oh, the legacy. You put Morrison and Ziggler under your learning tree, right? Don't forget, your legacy only exists because you sat under mine. Here's a word of advice from the cerebral assassin. If I were them, I'd strike first. I wouldn't wait for you to turn on them.
See, that's the difference between us, Hunter. I actually support my partners. They're not gonna fall for your mind games, and neither will I. Not again. You need a challenger? I'm ready to take back my title. Our first match on Raw features one half of the Colognes, Carlito, taking on the wrestling god himself, JBL. JBL fires out of the corner with a running shoulder tackle, and we are underway. They battle back and forth, landing multiple strikes and grapples on one another until JBL takes control with a side slam. He follows that up with a backbreaker until Carlito takes a minute on the outside. JBL follows him out and pummels him before tossing Carlito back into the ring. JBL slingshots Carlito off the ropes before attempting a pin, but Carlito kicks out at 1. Carlito runs at JBL and almost steals a pinfall, but JBL powers out. Carlito takes control, dropping JBL with a neckbreaker and a nicely placed rolling elbow strike. Carlito dodges a grapple attempt and cuts JBL down with kicks before dealing a Hurricane Rana and then a sunset flip powerbomb to the outside. JBL gathers himself and beats Carlito down. This is a brawl at ringside. Carlito lands a sweep of the leg. He tosses JBL back into the ring, but JBL reverses a grapple into a shoulder breaker. Carlito reverses a suplex attempt but is met with a big back elbow before getting dropped with a neck breaker. JBL gives himself some space to set up and connect with the clothesline from hell. It's over. 1, 2, what? No! Carlito kicks out. Unbelievable. Carlito fends off a flurry of punches and then backstabber. Carlito jumps on JBL. 1, 2, 3. Carlito wins. Carlito is able to weather the storm here as JBL gave him everything he had. Huge win for Carlito. The leader of Checkmate, William Regal, is in action against the former World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio. Next, Regal, of course, flanked by his monsters Umaga and Kane, as referee Not Charles Robinson rings the bell, and this bout starts with a nice chain wrestling sequence that Rey Mysterio ultimately gets the better of. Mysterio with a Rana, and this one has a big fight feel already. Regal gets to his feet and they tie up, backing Mysterio up into the ropes, and we get a clean break. Regal takes immediate advantage, punting Rey in the stomach and delivering a double underhook suplex. They trade dragon screws before Regal traps Rey's arms and suplexes him over his head. Wow! Regal busts Rey in the face with a back elbow and makes a quick pin attempt, but Mysterio is able to kick out. Regal tosses Rey to ringside right in front of Checkmate, but Umaga tosses him right back in. The mind games continue as Regal taunts to the crowd here in Sunrise, Florida. Firmly in the driver's seat, Regal delivers a clothesline in the corner and goes for another suplex, but Rey fights him off and launches him across the ring. Rey tries to get Regal to the ropes, but he reverses and delivers another suplex. Regal beats Rey down in the corner and then drags his face across the top rope. Regal tries to set Rey up on the top rope, but Mysterio reverses and takes Regal down with a head scissors. The master of the 619 makes the call and goes for the pin, but Kane distracts Not Charles Robinson just long enough for Regal to kick out. Rey starts jawing at Kane, but that gives Regal the opening for a belly-to-back suplex, and then, this is embarrassing. Regal just humiliating Mysterio here. Mysterio is not going to stand for that and delivers a wheelbarrow facebuster. Rey gets Regal out on the apron. Oh my god! DDT on the apron! Look at this, Mysterio all alone approaching Checkmate, and they back off! Rey drills Regal with a forearm, but Regal fights back and tosses him into the ring. What a moment though! Regal with a Regal cutter. Cover, no! Rey kicks out. Rey goes to the top rope looking for a possible Dragon Rana, and no! Again! Mysterio again overshoots his target. We saw this against Triple H just a few weeks ago. Regal gathers his wits and chops Rey's chest, and then another suplex variation. Regal showcases his submission prowess, but Rey takes control again. He misses a corner clothesline, and then Regal lands another suplex. Rey somehow turns it into a crucifix pin, but Kane distracts the ref. Rey dials the 619 again, and then heads right to the top rope and delivers a huge body splash, but he doesn't pin. He goes back to the top and tries for another one, but Regal gets the knees up. They brawl back and forth for a bit until Regal lands another Regal cutter. Rey keeps on battling, dropping Regal on his head with a DDT. Pin attempt, 1, 2, no. Regal kicks out. Kane again gets involved up on the apron, and Rey again takes the bait, leaving Regal open to straight powerbomb Rey right into a pin attempt. but Ray kicks out. Regal immediately turns him over into a Boston Crab. He's got it locked in. It's locked in for a bit, but eventually Ray is able to power out. Regal locks Ray up and again suplexes him over his head, busting him open upon landing. 1, 2, 3. William Regal and Checkmate are victorious over Rey Mysterio in an instant classic, the likes of which you can only find on Monday Night Raw. Mickie James takes on Kelly Kelly the night after becoming the first two-time women's champion in our 2008 Universe Mode. Before the bell can even ring, former women's champion Ashley makes her presence felt at ringside. She'll be watching this match very closely, and now Mickie James has to split her attention. The bell rings and the women lock up, Mickie pushing Kelly off and then delivering a huge back elbow to the jaw. Mickie stays on her, but Kelly is able to land a huge corner dropkick. Mickie is giving Kelly Kelly no breathing room at all in this one. All of these attacks result in a pinfall attempt, but Kelly kicks out almost immediately. Kelly gets the upper hand with a bulldog, as Kelly eventually cuts Mickie off with a vicious clothesline. Kelly slows things down with a backbreaker and pin attempt, but Mickie gets out at 1. Kelly gets on top of Mickie and locks her in a submission move, but Mickey's able to get out and cuts her down with a Thez press. Mickie then goes for it all with a body splash from the top rope, but Kelly gets her knees up. Mickie whips Kelly into the corner, but now Ashley gets Mickey's attention. Mickie leaves the ring and they're jawing at each other. "Mickie, look out!" Kelly blasts Mickie James. Ashley decides her work here is done as Mickie immediately takes Kelly down before dumping her onto the steel steps. Kelly rushes to the ring to break the count and Mickie beats her down in the corner. Mickie sets up and lands a Mick DT and goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Raw Women's Champion is victorious despite the outside interference. Mickie James is truly on her way up the power rankings. Check us out on Instagram at Royally Rumbled to see who else makes the power rankings after this episode. A non-title rematch from Armageddon is next as the World Tag Team Champions, The Legacy, face their rivals, the world's strongest alpha males. Morrison and Henry lead things off in this tag team bout as Henry fires out of the corner and demolishes Morrison. Henry whips him into the ropes and lands a nice big boot before Morrison whips Henry across the ring and referee Not Charles Robinson goes down. Henry gets himself out of trouble and tags in Corvan as they send Morrison flying through the air with a double back body drop. Corvan continues the assault, but Morrison is quick to take him down, and the men exchange blows before Corvan tags out and they deliver double back elbows. Ziggler gets the hot tag and starts working on Mark Henry, finally taking him down, but Henry somehow regains control and slams Ziggler to the mat. Henry roughs Ziggler up but gets shot into the corner as Ziggler takes aim at Corvan. Ziggler looks to shoot Henry into his corner, but pulls him back and blasts him in the face with an elbow. Mark Henry regains control and hangs Ziggler up on the top rope, then tags in Corvan. Corvan immediately starts in with power moves, slamming Ziggler to the mat. Clothesline, and the beatdown continues. Ziggler lands a back suplex and then shows off before tagging out to Morrison. Morrison gets jaw-jacked, but then dumps Corvan to the outside. Orton slides a chair into the ring, but Morrison and Corvan are brawling on the outside. Corvan slams Morrison off the barricade and then drops him with a backbreaker. Morrison throws Corvan across the floor as Not Charles Robinson gets to the count of 8. Morrison slams Corvan into the apron on the count of 9 and slides into the ring. 10! That's it! Not Charles Robinson has to call it. Legacy wins. World's strongest alpha males get robbed by Legacy here. Randy Orton is clearly having a huge impact on these young superstars.
Hey, a win by countout is still a win in the victory books. It's not a bad night to be a member of the Legacy.
It's not, and Orton told you earlier. I hope Triple H is paying attention because these guys are no joke, man. Under Orton's learning tree, they have taken it to the next level.
We'll have to worry about more Legacy stuff next week because the main event is still to come and the Intercontinental Championship is on the line.
And it's not just any Intercontinental Championship match. I wouldn't do that to you. It is a fatal 4-way. Umaga defending against Evan Bourne, CM Punk, and Mr. Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston. Let's head to the ring.
Here we are, beautiful Sunrise, Florida.
And out comes CM Punk, getting another opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship here tonight.
That's right, his last two opportunities did not work out the way that he had hoped. But this could be the moment for CM Punk.
Yeah, definitely no better time than this. He's got a 25% chance he does not have to pin the current champion to win the title. So anything can happen here. The problem is that this match is populated with people that Punk has aligned himself with and Umaga. So how long can they coexist?
I don't think anyone will be coexisting in this match. It's every man for themselves. You don't get opportunities at Championship Gold very often, so you need to capitalize and take those opportunities when you can get them. And I think a guy like CM Punk knows exactly what that's all about.
Especially in the main event of Monday Night Raw.
And here comes a man who is no stranger to Championship Gold in our 2008 universe.
That's right.
He's one half of Air Boom and a former World Tag Team Champion. It's Evan Bourne.
From St. Louis, Missouri.
Air Boom, of course, at the beginning of our 2008 universe, having an epic tag team rivalry with Crime Time, our first World Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston, two-time World Tag Team Champions in our Universe Mode. Tonight, one of them could potentially walk away with the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what Bourne does in this match.
Me too, and we know the love he has for his tag team partner, Kofi Kingston, who is Mr. Money in the Bank still.
That's right, Kofi, of course, winning that Money in the Bank contract at SummerSlam and has a guaranteed shot at the World Heavyweight Championship whenever he wants. But tonight, his goal is to take the Intercontinental Championship away from Umaga, the man that he was calling out just last week in the go-home for Armageddon.
Kofi really dislikes the idea of somebody with a title not trying to defend it, not being a fighting champion. Kofi takes umbrage with that.
Absolutely. And out comes a man who's been almost unstoppable lately.
Yeah, the Samoan Bulldozer in our 2008 universe has turned it on since joining Regal's checkmate. Notice here, not flanked by Kane, not flanked by Regal, who we saw earlier tonight.
Yes, William Regal picking up that huge win against Rey Mysterio earlier, and it appears as though Regal has sent Umaga out alone. No Kane, obviously hoping for good results here, and my money's honestly on Umaga to win this match.
Nobody has more momentum than Umaga coming into this match. There was no room on the card because Armageddon, if you haven't watched it, is such a stacked program. You have to see it. But there was no room on the card for an Intercontinental Championship match. That's why we're in the main event of Monday Night Raw.
And there's not Charles Robinson holding that championship up. One of these four men will walk away with this title. Who will it be?
Here we go, the bell rings, and we've got Umaga grabbing hold of Evan Bourne and CM Punk dropping Kofi Kingston.
Nice Northern Light suplex by Punk. And Punk takes Kofi down with a drop toe hold as Umaga and Evan Bourne are on the outside.
Pinfalls and submissions, the only way to end this match, but they have to take place in the ring.
That's right. And now Kofi doing an arm drag to Punk.
And we've got Evan Bourne taking it to Umaga. Umaga's down, but Punk's going for a cover. Kofi able to get the shoulder up.
There's Bourne again to break the pin up.
Nope, nothing doing. Gave Umaga an opening, and now Bourne is on the ground.
I find it very interesting. Whoa, Kofi popping back up.
Oh, CM Punk doing the same with that running super kick almost. Here we go. We've got our first breakdown of the match here.
And to no surprise, Umaga is in charge of this match right now.
Evan Bourne trying to get to his feet. Ugh, it's a little sloppy out here, folks.
Bourne caught Punk with that drop kick in the back of the head. And now look at this, the 2-on-1 assault to the Intercontinental Champion.
Look, now the former partners locking up here.
Like I said before, they know what's at stake. The Intercontinental Championship. They're not going to hold anything back as Bourne begins pummeling Kofi's head into that turnbuckle.
Evan Bourne not messing around. He knows that he could be the Intercontinental Champion right here. No, Kofi kicks out.
And Punk and Umaga, the old rivals on the outside, brawling.
Evan Bourne jaw-jacking Kofi Kingston in the corner.
Well, but Kofi's there to reverse yet again. These two partners know each other so well.
Kofi getting Sunrise, Florida fired up.
Clothesline, and now Bourne's on the outside. Kofi at the top rope.
What's Kofi gonna do here?
Tells him to get up.
Umaga coming in. Oh, wow.
Elbow strike off the top, right under the floor in front of us.
Oh, CM Punk with the cover on Umaga in the ring. 1, 2.
Gets a 2 count. But Umaga able to power out. But Kofi taking Punk out with that twisting neck breaker.
Kofi could beat the Intercontinental Champion right here. He's going for the boom drop.
Connects.
Oh!
Trouble in paradise to his partner.
Oh, man. In
Title's
the corner.
on the line.
1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston taking out his former tag team partner Evan Bourne to win the Intercontinental Championship.
The champion wasn't even involved in the decision.
Yeah, that's ultimately one of the most difficult things about a fatal four-way is you do not have to be involved in the decision to lose your title. Umaga was in the ring, but he was knocked out. He was coming to. Look at this, Kofi landing that boom drop, taking Umaga out of it, and then just lighting Evan Bourne up with that Trouble in Paradise to win. And there's no rope breaks because it's a multi-man match.
Yes, that's right, a fatal four-way. That's just the breaks here.
Here's your winner. And
but we have a new Intercontinental Champion in 2008 Universe Mode. Kofi Kingston in the main event takes it home.
Kofi Kingston, Mr. Money in the Bank, simultaneously the Intercontinental Champion.
I like it. It's a very interesting development. I'm excited to see where it goes. Kofi obviously not having any issue taking out his, I'm assuming now, former tag team partner. So we'll see how that develops going forward. But yeah, crazy match. Punk not involved. Punk was on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, Umaga also not involved, but that's the way the cookie crumbles here. Losing the championship for checkmate.
It's a very tumultuous time in the 2008 universe as we head into the Royal Rumble. But let's not linger any further on Monday Night Raw. Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio for Friday Night SmackDown.
Let's. The show opens from Cleveland, Ohio, and the new WWE champion Shawn Michaels takes to the ring to discuss his championship victory at Armageddon. It's a new year, and I'm here to break the news to everyone. You have a new WWE champion. Oh, you already knew that? Well, this is awkward. Honestly, though, I'm on cloud 9 over this championship victory. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't hurt. As you can see, old HBK is struggling to stand on his own 2 feet. I stepped inside Hell in a Cell and walked, well, more like limped out with the most prestigious championship in our industry, the WWE Championship. 5 other superstars had the same goal, but in the end, the Heartbreak Kid was the one to reclaim the title he lost at No Mercy.
You know something funny, dog? I knew exactly what I was getting myself into with this match. I knew the risks. Anyone could take that title from me without actually having to beat me for it. And I still signed on for the match. That's the difference between me and most of the guys in that locker room. I'm not afraid of competition. Funny part is, I'm not out here to explain how I should still be champion. No. I wanted to come out here to congratulate you face to face.
Well, Book, thank you. I appreciate that. You and I are a lot alike. We both started in a tag team and both forged our own path. We both went on to become multi-time world champions, and neither one of us backs down from a challenge.
Damn straight. And as a matter of fact, you took that title from me twice now. However, you've only beaten me once. And if we're keeping score at home, that's 1 win for you and 1 win for me. So how about we settle our business once and for all in that ring, one-on-one, at the Royal Rumble.
A rematch, huh? Done. But since you did mention keeping score, how about we take it one step further? Booker T versus HBK one more time for the WWE Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh, I can dig that, sucker. May the best man win.
The opening contest kicks off with 3 competitors who tore each other apart inside Hell in a Cell this past Sunday. Edge versus Chris Jericho versus the King of the Ring, The Big Show. The bell sounds and Jericho drops Edge with a suplex. Big Show then hits a suplex on Jericho. Edge attempts a suplex on Big Show, but Show easily pushes him off. Jericho and Edge double team Big Show to get him off of his feet, but the alliance is short-lived. Big Show begins mauling Jericho and Edge. The King of the Ring knocks Jericho down with a shoulder block and goes for a pin, but only gets 1. Big Show continues his onslaught, knocking Edge to the outside with a spear. He then tosses Jericho above his head and hangs him across the top rope. As Jericho makes it back to his feet, Show lays Jericho out with a huge super kick. He follows it up by stepping his 500-pound frame across the body of Jericho as Edge attempts to gain an advantage. He calls for Edge to get to his feet, but misses the WMD. Edge is able to counter Big Show again, this time connecting with an Impaler DDT. Before the Ultimate Opportunist could capitalize, Jericho's back to his feet and knocks Edge into the corner. As the Big Show pulls himself to his feet using the ropes, Jericho delivers a devastating superplex to Edge, who has to roll out of the ring. Big Show and Jericho exchange blows before Show connects with a Thez press. Edge is in with a spear to the Big Show. Cover, 1, 2, no! Big Show powers out. Edge is feeling it and connects with a successful comeback sequence. As Edge goes to pull Jericho to his feet, Jericho counters with a deep arm drag and quickly attempts a cover, but Edge kicks out immediately. Jericho goes to get Edge up, but is countered when Edge slams Jericho to the mat. Jericho tries to create some separation between the two, but Edge wins the exchange after catching Jericho's boot and connecting with a spinning heel kick. Big Show shows off how strong he is by miming a gorilla press slam to Edge, who immediately cuts Big Show down with a reverse DDT. He covers, 1, 2, Big Show kicks out. Edge backs up into the corner and stalks his prey, connecting with a spear to the King of the Ring. Cover, 1, 2, no! Big Show kicks out again. Blinded from rage, Edge walks towards the corner, turning his back on Jericho, who utilizes the no disqualification rules of the triple threat match to connect with a low blow to the Ultimate Opportunist. Jericho is able to cover Edge, pinning the Rated R superstar and securing a huge victory over the other two members of the SmackDown roster. But can Chris Jericho keep the momentum rolling on his way to the Royal Rumble match? Fresh off her shocking loss at Survivor Series, Melina is set to take on a woman who defeated her a few weeks ago, Maria. But what kind of headspace will the former Divas champion be in? Before the bell, the new Divas champion made her presence felt as she approached ringside, seemingly trying to taunt her rival. She must have been watching Raw. The two Divas lock up in the center of the ring before Melina backs Maria into a corner. Referee not Charles Robinson gets between them, but Maria isn't playing around and takes a cheap shot at the former Divas champion. Melina immediately takes the fight to Maria, kicking her several times and connecting with a sit-out neckbreaker. Maria fights back to her feet and connects with a jumping clothesline. Maria continues her attack with a blockbuster and manages to avoid a clothesline and hangs Melina up in the ropes. She chokes her using all of her body weight, but Melina is able to escape and take Maria to the mat. She locks in a leg scissors and continues beating down on Maria, picking her apart piece by piece. She sends her opponent into the corner, but before she can capitalize, Victoria stands up on the outside and distracts Melina long enough for Maria to get back on the offense. As Victoria leaves ringside, Melina and Maria brawl on the outside in front of us, before beating the ref's count to make it back into the ring. Melina is able to counter Maria and connect with a sunset split. She floats over and hooks the leg for a strong victory after losing the title at Armageddon. The next match pits two SmackDown superstars against each other who are both looking to bolster their singles record and pick up some momentum heading into Rumble season. It's Matt Hardy versus Mr. Kennedy. Hardy charges out of the corner with a spinning heel kick to Kennedy. He follows it up with a clothesline and a bulldog in the corner. Kennedy turns the tide, dropping Matt with a clothesline. He sends him into the corner, where Kennedy hits an elbow and knocks Matt over with another clothesline to the back of the head. Kennedy taunts as Hardy rolls out to gather himself for a moment. He charges back in and connects with a bulldog. Hardy covers for a 1 count. Kennedy hits a Russian leg sweep for a 1 count. Matt is able to counter and begins wearing down Kennedy, who escapes a submission and connects with a clothesline. Kennedy goes under the ring and pulls out a kendo stick. As he gets into the ring, Matt is able to evade and shoots Kennedy off the ropes, only for Kennedy to drop Hardy again. Kennedy taunts and lunges at his opponent, before Hardy pops him up and over to the outside. These two brawl on the outside, with Kennedy hitting a mic check on the floor. He racks Hardy up onto his shoulders and connects with a mini Green Bay plunge onto the floor. Hardy is able to counter and drop Kennedy with a twist of fate. Matt attempts to send him back into the ring, and he covers, but Kennedy gets the shoulder up at the very last second. Matt hits a textbook side Russian leg sweep and gets a 2 count. Hardy goes for something, but is countered by Kennedy, who retreats to the outside looking for another weapon. Hardy follows and drops Kennedy's neck across his knee. Mr. Kennedy is able to counter and hits another mic check on the outside. He tosses Hardy back into the ring and goes to pick him up, but is countered into a side effect. He connects with another twist of fate and goes right into the cover. 1, 2, no! Mr. Kennedy kicks out. He pops Hardy over his head with a backdrop and racks him up on his shoulders before Hardy fights his way free. Kennedy gets control back and lays Matt out with another clothesline. He covers for a 2 count, but Hardy hangs in there. Matt Hardy connects with a back elbow, cutting Kennedy open. Matt attempts another twist of fate, but Kennedy reverses into a Boston Crab. Matt powers out, sending Kennedy to the outside. Hardy goes for a gut wrench, but Kennedy is able to counter and gets Matt back into the ring, long enough to hit a standing Green Bay plunge. He covers. 1, 2, no! Matt Hardy will not die. Kennedy stalks him and connects with a brutal mic check to Hardy. He covers. 1, 2, 3. After the bell sounds, Matt Hardy chases Kennedy from the ring and delivers an attack to not Charles Robinson. Looks like Matt Hardy's also getting a fine on top of his loss. Shelton Benjamin was backstage earlier today talking about how he wants more opportunities and that he's being held back. So I gave him a spot tonight, and he's out here issuing an open challenge to anyone in the SmackDown locker room. As the lights in the arena drop, a chill fills the air and a gong rings out. Lightning strikes, smoke engulfs the arena. The Undertaker is back on SmackDown, and he has just answered Shelton's challenge. The match begins and Undertaker blasts Shelton with a throat thrust. He then scoops up the former Intercontinental Champion, but the premier athlete of the WWE counters into a huge DDT. Shelton looks for a quick win, rolling the dead man up and getting a quick 1 before the Undertaker escapes. Shelton uses Taker's momentum against him, slamming him down across his knee and following it up with a shin breaker. Undertaker is able to turn the tide, laying Shelton out with a jumping DDT. Undertaker starts hammering down fists across Shelton's skull before Shelton surprises Taker with an uppercut. Shelton sends Taker into the corner and charges, but Taker is there to meet the premier athlete with an elbow and follows it up with a leaping lariat, taking Shelton completely off of his feet. Undertaker then uses his power against Shelton, draping him across the top rope and following it up with a huge sidewalk slam. Undertaker is taken off of his feet with an arm drag, and Shelton capitalizes by throwing Taker out of the ring. Undertaker is able to create some separation before they both leap and miss attacks. Undertaker is able to grab a hold of Benjamin, connecting with a backbreaker. He sends him back into the ring and drops a massive leg drop across the chest of the premier athlete, and the match continues on the inside. Shelton throws Undertaker into the corner, but misses the Stinger Splash. The most experienced striker in all of the WWE backs Shelton into the corner and drops him with snake eyes. He throttles him around the throat and drives him into the mat with a powerful chokeslam. The dead man, not finished, sets him up and delivers a leaping tombstone piledriver to Shelton Benjamin. He covers him, and it's all over. Undertaker has made his presence felt once again on Friday nights.
The Undertaker is back, baby. That was a crazy match.
It was super nice to have The Undertaker back. He's clearly making a statement as we head towards Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But before we get there, we have my SmackDown main event. We already saw a title change in yours.
did.
So, what surprises lay in store for John Cena tonight?
Well, let's find out.
And here we are, the man who was pinned inside Hell in a Cell this past Sunday at Armageddon. It's John Cena.
Making his way to the ring.
Ushering in a second era of Shawn Michaels as the WWE Champion on SmackDown. John Cena
51 pounds.
doing the job.
Well, John Cena is here tonight, and I have a very special match lined up for him.
You've been talking about it.
Someone wanted to face John Cena one-on-one, so I figured, why not? Let's throw this match together on Friday nights. John Cena needs to redeem himself after his loss at Armageddon. He's looking to do that. The other members of the match had a triple threat match earlier in the night, which we saw Chris Jericho win. And right now we're getting
okay. It appears as though you have come to terms.
That's right. Montel Vontavious
Miami,
Porter
Florida,
is
weighing
here
in
on
at
SmackDown.
259 pounds.
Is this his in-ring SmackDown debut since he came over?
It is.
Wow. Whoa, pyro and everything. He's shooting to the moon.
MVP is finally here on Friday nights in a wrestling capacity. And he has requested specifically to face that man, John Cena.
Very interesting development here. I'm like trying to figure out where this is. This is interesting. MVP wanted Cena. I like it.
These two had an interesting confrontation a few weeks back on the VIP lounge.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Obviously it tracks. MVP wants to make a statement here against John Cena, and I don't think there's a better member of the SmackDown roster to do it.
I mean, if you think about something that MVP said in his promo with Booker T as we get underway in the ring here, he was discussing how he felt like he should have been in that match. So now he's here facing the person who lost that match.
Very true. And the crowd here is very pro Cena here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oof.
But there's MVP. Like we said, it's the debut in-ring of MVP on SmackDown. He came over from Raw in a trade that happened all the way back at SummerSlam. That was the last time we saw MVP in the ring. And here,
oh my God. Oh!
Reverse suplex to John Cena.
You know, some might have questions about possible ring rust, but I think MVP has got all of this energy built up. Look at this. He couldn't wait to get out here and fight John Cena. He just wanted to make sure that the I's were dotted and the T's were crossed.
That's it. MVP is all about money. I had to cut a very lucrative deal in order to get him actually competing. But the deal is done. MVP is now an active member of the SmackDown roster.
And he is getting taken out by John Cena here.
Nice suplex by Cena. But Cena also could be suffering some effects from that Hell in a Cell match earlier in the week.
Sure, not Charles Robinson, not really interested in getting that pin to start there. Interesting.
He's really taking his time. Perhaps working double duties, wearing him out. But here, John Cena showing no signs of wear as he's just beating the face of MVP in.
Uh-oh. We've seen Cena do this before. Look at the raw strength of John Cena. He is a monster.
Gut-wrench suplex with all the power on display there by John Cena.
I think if he were to take Cena out of his jorts, he would lose his power.
Well, I mean, unclear. He's worn camo before.
That's true. It's true. Oh, MVP breaks out. Oh,
and
sling
counters
blade.
into a sling blade.
Very nice. Cena not going to stand for it.
MVP taking the legs of Cena out from under him and taking the time to taunt.
I thought we were going to see a... Oh, here it is.
Ballin'! And there it is, the ball and elbow drop. Cover, shoulders down, 1, 2. No! John Cena able to kick out of the Playmaker's elbow.
Get it. I'm rooting for MVP here. Former Raw superstar, absolutely.
Well, MVP's got Cena where he wants him. Pay dirt. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. No!
Oh.
John Cena kicking out, staying alive.
Damn. Cena with that never say die attitude, that hustle, that loyalty, that respect.
And now a bicep lock as MVP is working over that arm of John Cena.
Looks like he's using the sweatband too.
What a huge victory it would be for MVP to take Cena down.
Yeah, that would be massive. Possible power rankings. Uh-oh.
And Cena, sunset flip powerbomb.
Cena digging deep into his toolbox for that one.
And he's just gonna stare at him like the psychopath that he is.
He just likes inflicting pain. But look, MVP not even wasting any time.
Cena playing possum. Lifts him up. Oh, plants him on the mat right into the cover. No wasted movement. Shoulders
1,
down. 2. MVP kicking out. And now John Cena feeling it.
Uh-oh. You can't see me. Here it is.
5 knuckle shuffle. Connects. MVP's down. Cena working over the head a little bit. Trying to break the neck of MVP.
Trying to snap his neck.
And now taunting him.
Here it is. F-U.
Connects, shoulders down. 1, 2.
Wow.
MVP kicking out, and John Cena has snapped.
He is enraged. Uh-oh. 5 moves of doom. Here we go. John Cena.
Proto Bomb. The 5 moves of doom have been initiated. Will we see the 4th one here?
Here's number 4.
5 knuckle shuffle.
Oh, looks like MVP's got color.
Oh, but
he's pissed. Oh,
hip
my God.
toss by John Cena.
Wow. This is crazy.
This crowd in Cleveland is fired up.
What a main event this is. These two men are giving it their all.
Into the corner, MVP reverses out.
Because you got to think, if you're Cena, you can't let this guy just show up, call his spot, and take you out.
MVP.
Oh.
What's he doing?
Oh.
Drapes Cena across the top rope and is going to catch his breath for a moment.
He's a superior athlete, so he knows when he needs to take a breath.
Well, the blood may be affecting the eyes of MVP, possibly obscuring the vision, but wait!
Oh, the drive-by!
Drive-by!
Pin him! That's it.
Cover. One, two, three. MVP has just defeated John Cena in his SmackDown debut.
That was like Babe Ruth calling his shot. MVP looked at Cena and said, that's the man that I know that I could beat in front of everybody, and he did it.
Statement made by Montel Vontavious Porter.
Can't stop MVP, man. That was great. Like I said, that's like Babe Ruth calling his shot. He pointed directly over that fence. He said, the ball's going right there. And that's what he did, man. That was awesome.
Welcome MVP finally in a wrestling capacity to SmackDown. You know what? Because they had such a fun match, we're going to run it back next week. We're getting a rematch. Okay. John Cena, this time he gets to know his opponent is MVP. There's a lot happening. We had a title change.
And The Undertaker came back and took out Shelton Benjamin like crazy shit in this episode, man.
I know.
You can only get this kind of crazy shit from us, and you know that. You gotta follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook if you're into that, at Royally Rumbled. Make sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. Our handle on YouTube is at Royally Rumbled now, so you can use that.
You could also follow us individually. You could find me on Instagram and Twitter at JL24FPS.
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Yesball.
So thank you very much for watching. Stay with us. Some things have happened, and we'll catch you up on all of that behind the scenes stuff later on. For your boys at Royally Rumbled, I'm Jordan.
I'm Robert.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one in 2008. Or is it 2009 now? Because it's January.